Plaintiffs Frank Bird and his wife Dawn bought a hot dog cart to set up outside of a bar in order to make extra money. Instead of running it themselves, Frank decided to lease the cart to the defendants. But they gave him a bad check for the cart, which ended up bouncing, so he's suing. Defendants David Jones and his girlfriend Jennifer Schilling say the plaintiffs are lazy and money hungry and are just trying to milk them for everything they can get. Jennifer claims when they got the hot dog cart, the plaintiffs didn't have any of the licensing paperwork, so they couldn't operate it. They're countersuing for storage fees.
Start with you.
I got the hot dog cart about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. I traded some lawn equipment for it. I was going to set it up at a bar. I figured it'd be some extra money to taking care of the drunks when they come out of the bar, sell them some hot dogs.
What? You say taking care of the drunks?
Yes, sir.
Why can't some of them be social drinkers? All right, go ahead.
I drive a tractor trailer up and down the highway all day long, every week. I can't run it myself. My wife, works for a doctor's office, so she couldn't run it and take care of the kids at night also. So we tried to find someone to run it for us. Couldn't find anybody but criminals, drug addicts, drunks, and I just didn't want to deal with them. Found these people on Craigslist. They were looking to do it. Didn't know they were criminals.
Now, what was their ad in Craigslist? Looking for a hot dog cart?
Specifically, it was their hot dog stand for weekly or daily cash.
Really? Okay. You find everything on there. Okay.
We agreed to rent it to them. They agreed to. I've got a contract wrote up on it all.
Let me see your contract.
For $500 a month.
Let me hear from you all on the background.
First and foremost, Your Honor, they're like just greedy, money hungry, lazy people. He's like a part-time truck driver. She didn't have a job. They just tried to milk us for nothing. Like they had nowhere to put it anymore.
What do you all do?
I work at a bar and own a hot dog stand, and she's a manager.
Management. I mean, first of all, they just tried to extort money from us, it feels like. They brought us a hot dog cart. They said they forgot the paperwork, and then they were going to go back and get the paperwork.
And then it just became process after process.
And they never answered the phone.
He was working for FEMA.
I'm not sure what you're saying or what you're referring to in terms of they forgot the paperwork and they continued
They dropped the hot dog cart off. They said they forgot the paperwork at home, but they needed collateral.
What type of paperwork?
They didn't have the registration,
they had nothing, no registration,
safety inspections, anything, so we could have it road ready, so we could rent it for $500 a month. So they said, we're going to go back and get the paperwork. Can you give us something in collateral so we don't have to drag the hot dog cart back and forth? We're like, sure, we'll give you a check, but there's no money in the account. We'll give you cash when you come back with the paperwork to prove that you own the hot dog cart.
That's wrong.
That it's registered.
That's
then we have
incorrect.
emails. We started calling them. We're like, where did they go? Why won't they come back?
Let me ask him to prove their case.
What the paperwork that's talking about was the tag to the cart, and I had was the tag. It's the only paperwork. I wasn't putting the cart in my license in my name.
What other paperwork?
They'd have like a manager's card to even own the cart. Like they had to register it.
You have something that shows that it's required?
No, it is. I mean,
And is it required?
No, sir. All you have to have on it is the registration.
I'll have to go with
The
what
registration.
the owner and the operator, what he says was required.
He's never registered it.
All you
I
have to have.
understand. And would you please show me what is required and then prove to me that he didn't do what was required?
Okay, either way, we do have
I mean, he
emails.
knows he was supposed to register. It's a
Like
trailer
I said,
in Florida. I
would
mean,
you
I can't
please
show you, but it's
show
a
me?
trailer.
All right, then be quiet and let him. Why are you rolling your eyes up at the
I
top
didn't
of
roll
your head?
my
I'll throw
eyes.
you out of here in a minute. You disrespect me. Wrong judge. You don't disrespect me, Doc. Go ahead, sir.
The only thing I had to give them was a tag to the cart.
And you didn't have it when you delivered it?
I took it out there inside of another trailer. I brought the hot dog cart out to them. They put it in their garage. I didn't let them pick it up from my house because I wanted to make sure I knew where it was and it was going to be secured so it wouldn't get stolen. Dropped it off to him. I told him I'd bring him back the tag. I'd meet him with the tag. He asked me to hold the check for the first month's rent for 2 weeks.
When
I held
was that?
I held it for
When? What date?
I got the date on the check. It was 1/10 is when they wrote the check. I didn't, what did you deposit? 3 weeks later?
And he says that you agreed to take the check as collateral.
No, sir.
And to return the check that day.
First month's rent.
They didn't have the paperwork. We
May
couldn't
I
use
say
the hot dog cart.
something?
Yes.
Miss Schilling wasn't even there.
Okay.
When all of this took place, when we dropped the hot dog cart off and we wrote up the contract and Mr. Jones wrote the check, Miss Schilling wasn't even present.
I tried calling you though, trying to get you to bring us the paperwork so I can do that.
And it sounds more reasonable what you're saying than to think that one would take possession of something they can't use and give a check for it instead of saying, bring me the cart when it's operable.
He said it was in the phone conversation. He said it was road ready.
Yeah, but it wasn't. When you got there, you saw it wasn't.
We learned a lesson.
You got me? No paperwork is done. So it's not road ready. So I'm not going to give him a dime until he brings me something that is road ready. Otherwise, what's the purpose?
You're right. We learned a lesson.
Or you're not telling the truth. Go ahead, sir.
Well, sir, only thing that had to be done is he had to get his licensing, which I've got emails where he said his wife just passed.
You're suing about the check. Now,
he was supposed to bring the paper back that it was a Friday or something. He was supposed to bring the paper back Saturday, and then it became Monday.
Did you try to cash it?
We deposited in the account. And I didn't even know it bounced.
It bounced.
Yo, big time. They called me on a Sunday. I didn't even know it bounced.
So why did the check bounce?
Because it's not even an account we use.
What type of collateral is a fraudulent account?
Pick it back. What do you think he's doing
is your storage fee. How does he owe you for $600?
Because we have letters saying where he said he was going to pick up the car and he never did. He has no place to store it at his house, and it had been outside for over a year. He said.
Did he agree to pay your storage fees?
He wouldn't even answer the phone.
Okay, if there's no agreement for storage fees, you don't have the right.
He kept saying in the emails that he was going to pick it up.
Did you hear what I said though? If there's no agreement to storage fees, you don't keep it. If he doesn't come and get it in a timely manner, you consider it abandoned and you throw it out.
We should have.
So, yeah, you should have. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Judge.